Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing the quest, The Secret of Al-Akmar, and it wants me to proceed deeper into the ruins to do so. There's a puzzle in here that I need to solve very fast. So let's see if I can solve it. This enemy is respawned over here. I'm going to ignore it though if I can. Huh? Can this light even break stone? Huh, so it's this weird machine doing something. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Hold the line.
I've got to figure out what was up with that puzzle in that room, though, before I continue any further. Okay, that one's gone. You know what? I may as well get rid of this one after all. Great. Why do you have to be stubborn? I've almost got you. I could finish it off with Ayaka's elemental first, but I don't feel like doing that. There we go. Okay. So there's clearly something I have to do here. Is it related to this in any way? Maybe related to this? I don't know, actually. It's a little bit bizarre, isn't it? Maybe I do have to continue forward through here. I'll go through here a little bit more just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Wait a second. Wait a second. This area, I've been here before. Does that mean that I can solve some kind of puzzle up here now? Find out in a second, I suppose. I don't want to fight any enemies over here for right now, because I'm pretty sure that I beat those enemies before for a treasure chest. So let's go back through this over here, and make sure that there isn't anything that I'm missing. Maybe getting close to this wall will do something? Maybe this wall? This wall? What's going on here? This is weird. Okay, let's grab this again. I'm gonna bring it over to this, maybe? No? Maybe there's something out here that I needed to activate with this, and it disappeared on me. So maybe I'm wrong about that, or maybe I have to check this area again a little bit more thoroughly. Oh, a sacred seal.
Eavesdropper.
Grab that very fast. I am still not seeing anything. I wonder, maybe I have to backtrack. In that hallway, because otherwise, I don't know. It's very confusing. So let's grab this again and backtrack this way. I'm not seeing anything. I'm starting to think maybe I need to get all of the sacred seals and then access that one puzzle that I wasn't able to do before. Let me go find that again very fast. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where it is now. Maybe I passed it. Okay, it took a bit to find it, but I finally found it again. So, that'll mark them. And this will restore. And that just gave me a treasure chest. Okay, that was a waste of time. Let's go back to where I was before. Wait a second. There's a marker over here? Why is there a marker right here? What's going on? And here we are again. Maybe, wait a second. Maybe I was supposed to release that. Okay, now that makes sense. Wow. You know, it opened up the door, so I just thought its role was done. But now I know better. So where are you going? Okay, I guess it may be going out here, but if that's the case, then it's gonna go and light up one of those pillars, isn't it? And up the staircase we go. And right there, release. Here we are. Now, what'd that do for me? Maybe that thing that was blocked off is now possible to access? No, it's still not possible to mess with. Wait a second. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Huh. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad that that happened. In that case, let's go ahead and place this here. What will this give me? Oh, okay. Nice. So I'll do that. That'll light up this over here. And then I'll be able to access this, which will now allow me to light up the other pillar. Okay, good. I'm glad that I didn't get stuck on this. For a second there, I was thinking I was going to just have to wait till later on to do this, and instead focus on the timed event. And here we are. Investigate the room located deep in. And the door's open. Come on, let's go. Okay then, let's go and ignore those enemies. Oh, Dendroculus is in here somewhere? This should be the last place. Aether, let's take a look at the stone slate. If things go the same way as before, there may be clues about the stone slate here. Mm-hmm. Okay, time for another upgrade. Huh? Well, I was expecting one of the smaller circle things to light up there, but okay. This is... It lit up as expected, and there's a map? Turzad, these symbols on the stone slate should be your area of expertise, right? So, isn't it time to give us an explanation? Yes, these inscriptions are most likely texts of praise. Someone in an exalted position like King Deshret would naturally be fond of things like this. Look, all these wonders are an attempt at whitewashing his rule. Whitewashing, you say? But Paimon remembers he saying something different earlier. Rule by force, you said. Exactly. You spoke of submission and terror before, and you sure sounded convinced then, too. Well, what do you mean? These are conclusions I came to after careful analysis and reasoning. Just look at it. What would it be if not an attempt at whitewashing? It's very common for rulers to sugarcoat all their deeds. Since this entire ruin was made by King Deshret, it's not that hard to imagine that this is its purpose, right? Reflecting on your own shortcomings in your work? Well, we researchers do that. Really. Though they mostly just write a few hypocritical lines in the acknowledgments of a research paper and call it a day. And you know what? They're just pretending to be modest. Why would any academic really believe they're incompetent anyway? Aether, somehow Paimon gets the feeling that he's hurting himself with his own words there. Really. Ahem. I must admit that Jebriel's analysis did give me some inspirations. But an outstanding researcher should be able to accept the opinion of others when they are correct. Needless obstinacy will make it impossible to make an academic breakthrough. Don't you think so too? You've said everything that can be said from either side. Is there even anything left for us to say? And here we see the researcher's ability to twist facts in its natural habitat. It's nothing of the sort. This is the deepening of understanding. Your inability to realize that shows that you still have a long way to go. Speaking of ways, is the place marked on the map our next destination? Probably. Yes, I think it's where all treasures meet, and all secrets end. Of course, it will be the end of our grand adventure too, and the penultimate chapter of my masterpiece. While I really wish to obtain all the answers at this instant, my body is exhausted. Noctigal and the others are still at the oasis. Alright, Samael's subordinates reported to him about merchants. Do you think they were attacked? Oh no, I almost forgot that. I told them what to do if something like that happened, so they should be fine. Whoa, that's a first. Paimon's never heard Jabriel sound so uncertain. Let's get back to Noctigal's group as soon as we can then. It'll be bad if they are in hot water that they can't get themselves out of. Okay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and explore this room very fast to make sure there isn't anything in here. I kind of doubt that there's going to be anything. Of course there's something. Now, what is up with this? Maybe I have to access this in order to be able to... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case, because something would be made there, but I can't access that yet because I don't have the necessary clearance. Okay, then. So, let's go and teleport over to where Noctigal and them are. Are those Eremites? Are they Samael's flunkies? Come on, we've got to rescue Noctigal and the others. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and do the usual. Did some more enemies appear? Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Your journey ends here.
I really, truly thought they were more enemies. There we go. I'm just so happy that you're all right too. They really came at us. Luckily, Jabriel gave us some instructions beforehand, so they didn't make things too difficult for us. If Boniface had Jabriel's wisdom, then perhaps our business would be doing much better than it currently is. You think too highly of him then. Wisdom? He's one of them. I'll bet it's experience talking. Father wouldn't do something like that. There's no need to argue with him, Jet. It's my fault. I don't care what happened in the past, as long as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm concerned. You have nothing to do with Samael, and that's enough for me. What's going on? I thought a night in the Oasis might bring all of you closer together. Why are you at each other's throats again? It's a long story. You tell Noctigal everything. I see. But I don't have the right to comment on it. Oh? Why is that? Well, that's because Terzad is the one who's paying me. No matter who I support, I'll be in a difficult spot. If I support Jabriel, Terzad will probably scream at me to get lost. Yeah, he would. But if I support Terzad, then we'll be without Jabriel in this world of sand and bandits. Aether, what would you do in a situation like this? Terzad's words are not without merit, or I think Jabriel has changed his ways, sure. Paimon doesn't think Jabriel's a bad guy either. Anyway, that guy Samael has a weird way of speaking. It's best not to believe everything he says. Jabriel is his enemy. Yeah, so they're definitely not on the same side. I believe that the most important thing right now is to get Terzad to trust Jabriel. Good luck with that. What? You're a merchant. You should know the value of trust. Even in the world of academics, researchers who engage in misconduct will be stripped of their research qualifications. Just ask yourself, would you trade with someone who cheated you in the past? Oh, about that? I would decide based on the circumstances. Haha, I dare not speak for others, but Boniface and I have much more flexible moral standards. After weighing the risks and benefits, we usually choose to take the risk. We wouldn't have accepted your commission otherwise. You guys. I think I said this before, but you sure are stubborn. Forget about Samael for a moment and ask yourself a question. Has Jebriel ever done anything to harm you? No, I don't think so. Then hasn't he proven himself through his actions? You know, when you caused all that commotion after getting drunk, it was Jebriel who stayed and took care of you, Terzad. This isn't the time for fighting amongst ourselves. Yeah, we haven't even found the place marked on the map yet. Jebriel is definitely the person in our group who knows the most about the desert. It'll be difficult for our expedition to proceed without him leading the way. Fine. I'll do it for you. I know I can trust you too. Paimon, Aether. I'll trust you again. Alright, the Terzad archaeological team is back together again. Yay. We still have time. We should travel to the next oasis and rest there in preparation for the next leg of this expedition. I'm willing to explain. To repay you for your trust, but the journey is our current priority. Oh, it's teleporting me there. Oh, wait, it didn't teleport me there. Never mind. That was weird. Okay, so I just gotta teleport here now. There's a lot to discuss, but let's set up camp first. Now that our bellies are full, what other excuses do you have? Let's hear them. And what did you slip to Noctigal earlier? You'd better not be thinking of using the merchants to send messages to the enemy. Terzad, you're being too hostile. And no one's going to talk if you act like that. It was just a note on some trivial matters. It's with the luggage that you won't be able to take with you. You can have it once you return safely. He can be hostile all he wants. I'm angry too. Forget Terzad. Even I've never heard about my father's past. I refuse to believe he's an evil person, but it's his secretiveness that's caused all this. None of this would have happened if he told us everything from the beginning. Now I don't even know where to start. Maybe we should start with his relationship with Samael? Exactly. I can't sleep in peace without getting to the bottom of that. All of you heard of Samael, yeah? Or all of you heard Samael, yeah? Well, he was telling the truth. Just like him, I was a member of the Eremite band named Thutmose. However, I betrayed him and Thutmose both. Did you do it because of Mother? No, that's not it. I thought I'd never have to mention this to anyone ever again. In the end, it was all my fault. There were ill feelings between me and Samael, but I only regarded myself as an insignificant grain of sand. I did as Thutmose needed of me. Fyra was a capable researcher, and the Thutmose coveted her wisdom. They hoped to use her knowledge to solve the puzzle of Al-Akmar left behind. So I invited her to the desert and explored many ruins with her. Our years spent exploring together did bear some fruit, but it wasn't enough for Thutmose. And was Jed included in those results? Ahem. Come on, Terzad. Some things are best left unsaid. Look at him resting his arm on nothing. I'm making a reasonable inference here. As I said, there were ill feelings between Samael and me. After Jet was born, I kept asking myself if I could still wholeheartedly carry out the missions that most gave me as I had been doing in the past. Could I still tolerate what Samael was doing? In the end, Fyra and I decided to use hitting a bottleneck in their research as an excuse to take Jet away from the desert and away from Thutmose. But Samael saw through my weakness. It can't be. A researcher that can't unlock the secrets of Al-Akmar is useless to Thutmose. He even thought that I would have no reason to leave Thutmose once Ufira was gone. Father, what? How do you even sleep at night after witnessing things like that? I do my best. So our encounter with Samael was a coincidence? Yes. And no. Thutmose will never give up an opportunity to unlock Al-Akmar's secrets. I thought that we might encounter them, but I never expected that we would run into Samael. Those Fatui too. Paimon wonders what wicked plots they and Samael are hatching together. He will stop at nothing to achieve his objectives. That's the kind of person Samael is. Then what's your goal on this trip, Jabriel? My goal? It's not Mora, is it? Are you still unable to let go of King Deshret's secrets? Huh? But Jabriel said that even years of research with Ufira amounted to nothing. So how would relying on Terzad really change anything? Why wouldn't you believe in my skills? Listen, we're going to fill in the blanks tomorrow. In truth, I already know how I'm going to write my paper. Perhaps it's that it is as Jet said. Coming to the desert is like returning home. And in the end, I am a grain of sand. I was born here, and I shall be buried here as well. Ufira and I were like a bird and a fish, but Al-Akmar's secrets allowed our fates to intertwine. Now you and I, people from different lands, are again here for those very same secrets. I didn't mention all of this to you because it was my own selfish dream, and it had nothing to do with Jet. I didn't want to make her bear any burdens she didn't have to. Terzad, we hold different opinions on Al-Akmar, but you are one of the researchers from the Hindi clan. As long as we reach the throne... The throne? Our destination tomorrow, Kaj Nisud, is where Al-Akmar's throne lies. According to the legends of the desert, only the chosen are worthy to kneel before the throne. The times have changed. If I have a chance to look upon the golden slumber that Al-Akmar promised, I'll be able to fulfill the lifelong wish that Ufira and I share. To that end, I will do as we agreed and protect you to the end. Alright. Our side would be the weaker by far, if it were just Aether and me. Hey, how could you forget about Paimon? I don't think he can be included in any estimation of our group's strength. Paimon is definitely stronger than you, though. Anyway, I have new worries now. Jabriel, don't you have revenge on your mind at all? I know you repeatedly promised to protect me until the commission is over, but the loss of your wife isn't something that you can just laugh off, is it? If we meet him again, no. I think we definitely will. Even I know that he'll be waiting in ambush for us at our final destination. At that time, what will your priority be? Will you take a step forward to get revenge, or a step back to keep us safe? Come on, Terzad. Stop putting people on the spot like that. That's actually a decent question, Paimon. It's a very realistic question. It's linked to my survival, so of course I have to pursue an answer. If taking revenge on Samael could bring Ufira back to life, a good deal like that, even if I had to gut him 10 times, even 100 times, I wouldn't hesitate at all. But this is a meaningless delusion that even Al-Akmar would pay no attention to. I can only pray she has found peace amidst the endless ocean of sand. A man chained by hatred cannot raise a daughter. That's why I left the sands behind me, so that Jet could get away from all this, and those feelings that will not edify her That thing in the background there was distracting me. It was rolling around, the tumbleweed or whatever that is. Father, I didn't know anything. I even said that you didn't that you did all this because you couldn't forget the desert and the hot winds here. If you hate it here, let's just leave right now. Forget Samael. To be honest, I want to know about the past. I want to know how you and Mother met each other and fell in love. I want to know what you and Mother had been through, the sweet memories and everything else. But if bringing up these memories will bring you sorrow, then I'd rather not hear about them. Just leave them buried here. I'll stop liking the sand, and I'll stop treating this place as home. We've been together since I can remember. Nothing in this world is more important to me than you. So long as you're well, we can be at home anywhere. Wait, you can't leave. Our expedition isn't over yet. But you were so suspicious of them a while ago. Things change. I fully trust Jebriel now. He certainly isn't on Samael's side, at least. He isn't, right? Don't worry, I won't quit halfway. Perhaps a day will come when I shall meet her again in the eternal oasis. When that day comes, spring water will replace salt water. Joy will wash away the pain, roses will never wither, and the feast will never end. But that day is still very, very far away. It will definitely not be now. She knows that I have a mission to complete. I will assist you in unlocking the secrets of all Akmar and protect you until the end. Samael will not obstruct us, because I will clear him out of your way. As for Ophira, if I have the chance, I'll tell you everything, Jet. Time will gradually filter away the bitter impurities, though I'm not good with words. I may not be able to even convey 1,000th of her beautiful qualities, but if you're willing to listen, I will tell you everything I know. My head's a mess. Father, can you sing that song again? Oh, stars high above the wasteland? It always calms me. It's a song that Fyra deciphered from Al Akmar's texts. Oh, stars high above the wasteland, oh nightingales weary from the day. It's time to take off the crown of roses, cleanse yourself with wine made from grapes. I'll take the night watch. Don't stay up too late. We should move, but be wary of something. I couldn't see what the rest of that said, but anyways, what I think I'm going to do now, instead of going over to this next objective, is instead I'm going to start this, the timed event, Fulminating Sandstorm. I only have 3 days to get it all done. In response to the inexplicable dangers lurking amidst the sands, the Academia seeks to repel the threats using machines. You encounter an anxious researcher near Aru village. So let's go ahead and select this, right? Near our village, you encounter an anxious-looking researcher. Go to quest, select that, teleport over there. And let's talk to Shiria here. That fool running headfirst into the desert like that. Do something, Fidel. Please, give him a hand. Apologies, the garrison in the village is limited, and since we're tied up with keeping them from causing any trouble, we can't afford to spare any strength for now. But that fool has been bending over backwards to deal with them, at least in the name of mutual interest. Well, it's not that we don't want to help, but the guards are now spread thinly across the desert on the lookout for them. Getting a team together is going to take time. How could this be? If we return to Caravan Rebot for help, it will most certainly be too late. Is someone in danger? Do you guys need help? You guys are just another adventurer passing by. And his best friend Paimon. Adventurers? Really? Thank the heavens. There's help for Vinayak at last. Mr. Adventurer, please save Vinayak. We'll make sure to reward you handsomely. Okay, first tell me what's going on. Well, the desert has become more dangerous than before, thanks to those wretched vermin running amok. It's for the best that I fill you in on the situation before making plans. You guys are right. Sorry, I was a little anxious. Paimon's been hearing you talk about a certain them this whole time. What are they, anyway? A swarm of Weenut? Oh. For some reason, they have recently become unusually violent, hiding in sandstorms to attack unsuspected prey passing by. They're just bugs. I've dealt with way bigger enemies. When you put it that way, yes. But this time, there are far too many of them. It's hard to deal with them under the cover of the sandstorm, and they usually flee at the first sign of danger. Wow, that's quite the pickle you're in. It's not just our village. Other passing merchants have also been affected. That's why the Academia sent Viniac and me to deal with these unruly Weenut. Whatever. But the caravan we entrusted to deliver some components was attacked by Weenut on the way. And everything we got swept up in the sandstorms. I fear they've become the monster's playthings by now. I wanted to return to Caravan Rebat for help, but Viniac, who knew that after all these years, he's still as rigid as a machine. He said something about getting his precious components back, and just ran into the desert all by himself. Maybe I should just let the monsters take him. Whoa, what should we do, Aether? If we leave this matter alone, not only will that researcher be in danger, but the Weenut problem won't be resolved. I wish I knew how to say that. This crisis in the desert can't be ignored. Leave the rescuing to me. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I let my temper get the better of me. I'll mark the location of the attack on the map. Please find him as soon as possible. I hope he doesn't get the harebrained idea to dive right into the horde of monsters and start picking up components. Okay, so we're supposed to look for Viniac out there. So, where is it exactly? All the way over here. Cool, I even have a teleport right near there. Hello, Viniac. Getting in from this angle and using the train for cover, as long as the angle of sunlight isn't higher than... and my speed is no lower than... that still isn't it. What are you trying to figure out? A viable route to recover the components without having to face the monsters. Thanks to the Weenut, all my precious components got swept up by those monsters. And whoa, who are you? When did you show up? I've been listening to you talk to yourself for a while now. Relax, we're not bad guys. Your friend sent us. Friend? Could it be Shreya? No, she clearly said she wouldn't care if I was taken by the monsters. I see. She sent you to get the components, right? It doesn't matter if I'm taken by the monsters, but it will definitely matter if the components aren't recovered. Yeah, that sounds like something she would say. You could put it that way. Why aren't you correcting him, Aether? Still, thanks all the same. I'm racking my brain trying to figure this out. I was this close to rushing out and just taking it one step at a time. One wrong step, and I'll get caught by the monsters. If I wasn't here, and with Shreya being such a klutz, who else would be going to take care of these machines? No wonder Shreya was so worried. This guy thinks about nothing but his mechanical components. Aether, let's go and get the components before he gets himself in trouble. During the challenge, some 4-leaf sigils will have diving benedictions on them. Obtain this buff to create shockwaves at the point of impact of your plunging attacks to deal physical damage to nearby opponents. Okay. During the challenge, some 4-leaf sigils will have diving been down. It's just showing me different pictures, that's all. So he has this little book symbol above his head. Brave adventurer, are you ready to go collect those components? I'm ready, sure. Excellent. In that case, I leave this matter in your hands. Was it going to teleport me somewhere? Oh, it really did teleport me somewhere. Bonus effect details. Damage dealt by all party members using catalysts will be increased by 20%. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead
Yahoo!
do that.
Think you can get away?
Do I have to defeat all the monsters? I think I do.
My apologies.
I think that's the idea. Anyways. I wonder, will things end once I collect all the components, or once I defeat all the monsters?
Take flight.
You know what?
I will have
Do
order.
this to get rid of the monsters a little bit faster.
Stabilize.
My apologies.
Yeah. Last two monsters, I can do that. Okay, there's one of the components. And there's that up there. Let's go ahead and use this to do as much damage as possible to this guy. Gather him up.
Time for takeoff.
Darn it. Oh, whoops.
Take flight.
Okay, there we go. There should be 5 more enemies. You know what? Do this.
Order guide you.
That way I can get rid of the spellcaster.
Solidify.
Rest and rebuild.
Now there's that.
Software swirl.
That should get rid of both of them. And now click this. Move on to the final area over here. I'm assuming it's the final area because there's only one component left.
My apologies. Here we go.
Do that. You know what? Can I? Oh, I can't use that again. Darn.
This is order.
Huh. No sandstorm now. All of a sudden.
Allow me. Think you can get away? Brace yourselves.
Okay. And the final component. Wait. Oh. For some reason, I thought I defeated all the enemies.
Take flight.
I was wrong.
Raise the ice.
Stay frozen. Darn it. Oh,
Whirling snow.
there we go. They don't drop anything, right? I don't think they do. Okay, good. Challenge completed. Okay. Oh, thank you, brave traveler. It hasn't been too long and the parts are still in good condition. Just a few more adjustments. Vinayak starts tinkering with the machinery. Vinayak? Almost done. I'm almost done. Vinayak. Whoa, Shreya. When did you get here? When you were fiddling with the components? Didn't you say that this place was dangerous and full of monsters? Why are you even here? I'm just worried about our components. If we can't finish this assignment, even I can't return to the academia. Ha, I knew it. Look, I have everything here. Once we go back and make some more adjustments, we can finally start assembling. So, what are these components for? Ah, I forgot to tell you. They're for the Winnet Slayer Cannon, our graduation project. Why such an obscure topic? If you'd applied for graduation, you'd understand why. Well, not that any of this matters now. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Shreya, Shreya, there we go, an Emerita graduate with a specialization in desert biology and ecology. This machine-obsessed doofus over here is a Kasharawar researcher with a specialization in applied mechanics. I'm Vinayak. Thanks a lot for earlier. Can people with completely different fields of study work together? Don't get me started. Working with him on our graduation proposal was definitely the biggest mistake I've ever made as a student. You can't really say that. We both managed to graduate in the end anyway. We did, yes. But did you forget how many extra years it took? Whatever the case, we graduated, right? I heard some of our classmates just completed their thesis proposal last year. Enough. We're not students anymore. So, can we just move on from these pointless discussions? You're the one who always starts it. Nonsense. When we were building the first prototype... Hey. Arguing isn't going to get you anywhere. Wow. You guys have it out for each other. How could the academia even think of sending you two together to handle this? Actually, the academia didn't send us. A person named Kunar, who was supposed to take care of this matter. You could call him my mentor's mentor. He was there during our thesis defense. I guess that was how he got the impression that some young students in the academia had designed a Wennet Slayer cannon, or something like that. So this time he simply kicked the two of us back here to deal with the problem, saying that the academia needs to give youngsters more opportunities to shine. But he obviously didn't consider the fact that the two of us have barely talked to each other since graduation. He even convinced my mentor... Anyway, this is an opportunity for me to get the Wennet Slayer cannon back out in the open. Once it's assembled, we'll show those vermin what it can do. There that mechanical idiot goes again. From my point of view, I also want to investigate the cause of the Wennet rampage to maintain the ecological balance of the desert. Mr. Adventurer, you look like someone of impressive skill. May I ask you to keep us safe while we're out in the desert? It'll be a walk in the park for me. Rest assured, there isn't a lot of support from the academia, but at least we're well funded. Although someone here has spent most of it on upgrading the machinery. The improvements were necessary. And since you're capable of speaking politely, can't you be a little nicer to me? That depends on whether the person I'm talking to is worthy of my patience. Oh no, here they go again. Maybe leave the arguing for later? Sorry. It's an old habit from the academia, from my academia days. This batch of components has to be brought back to Aru village for further adjustment. By all accounts, we can't start assembling until tomorrow. We had previously planned to install the Wennet Slayer cannon in nearby areas where Wennet have been spotted. When the time comes, there may be other creatures attracted by the noise we make. We'll be counting on you. No problem. See you tomorrow. We can continue our debate now, right? I'm telling you, all my expenses are justified. Fine. You asked for it. Let's go over the details and see where that Mora went. Okay. So, is that, like, the first part of this whole quest line done? Yeah, it seems like it, so I can claim that right there. And then, to start the next one, I would have to do that. Are all these... Yeah, I think all of them are unlocked, so I can actually finish all of these. So this is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to be stopping for now. In the next video, I might actually just focus strictly on this timed event, get it out of the way, and then if there's still time, I could continue, the side quest that I've been working on, The Secret of Al Akmar. It's called Dreams Beneath the Searing Sand now, and they changed the name of it. Anyways, so, yeah, see you next time, thanks again, and bye-bye.